Perfect. Doesn't look like
Yay!
we're dropping any frames. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Callan, you can leave the channel now.
Okay, GLHF.
But we are finally live. I had some internet issues, but it looks like we got it all figured out. I'm going to tab out of my game for just 2 seconds while I minimize something. Alright, there we go.
Hello, hello.
How's it going, Chris?
Okay.
Alright, I had some internet issues, but we got it all figured out.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hopefully I sound okay.
Yep, nope, you sound good to go. Guys, let me know if I need to turn Chris up. He does sound a little quiet for me. But just let me know in chat.
Mic check, check, checkers 1, 2. Speaking of 2, Wheels is in second right now.
Yeah, we got Kale Simrock leading this thing right here. Then Michael Wheeler, James Schuler, and Josh Betts. Looks like Betts is on a
350, huh?
350, yeah.
Oh, he almost went down right there. He has Tristan Runyons lagging the F out behind him, but not very far behind him.
Alright, looks like we're getting the okay in chat.
Disappearing again is Runyons. Gotta be difficult if he does get up close to Betts. Betts might not even see him go by potentially. He could be completely disappeared.
Right. Now is the, yeah, it looks like the Conti for 450s is also 5 laps.
And that is the first time over the finish is counting as a lap.
Right,
That's why.
right. See, I was unaware of a 5-lap Conti in the 250 class, so I thought I made a really cool pass for the 4th place on the last lap, but it turns out there was another lap.
Honestly, when I did the timing gates for the track, I was like, oh, it's timed race anyways, it doesn't matter. But I didn't even think about the fact of the Conti. But how short of a Conti would it be if it was only 4 laps with the finish right there? That would have been gnarly.
Right.
I'm actually praying right now that Runyons doesn't make the race just for the lag, the way he's lagging out right now. Nothing against him, just with his internet connection, I think it'd be better if he doesn't qualify.
Is he on a 250?
I don't think you can ride 250s. I don't think they're homologated.
Okay. So then that must be a 350 then.
It does sound like a 250, but so does, I mean, Betts' bike obviously sounds like one as well. I'm sure they're both on 350s.
Guys, the stream is going to pause for just 1 second. I had to tab out again.
Oh, James Schuler's down. He lost the transfer.
Yeah, while I was actually tabbing back into my game, did he rage quit?
Oh, Betts was down as well. Oh, this white flag is out. So our first two, Kale Simrock and Michael Wheeler, they're ways in front. Runyons is all the way up to 3rd. Betts still sits 4th. Schuler, and maybe he did rage quit. Maybe he didn't realize it was a 5-lap race.
I didn't see him in the chat at all. Rip Schuler, his internet finally died.
But he wasn't the one with the major internet issues either. That was Runyons, who's back and forth again. And he's got 20-second lead over Austin Bear in 5th and Tyler Schmidt in 6th. So Runyons looking good to qualify here. Unless complete disaster strikes.
Simrock is actually down right now, so Wheels has the lead here in the Conti.
Runyons again is disappearing, which I'm a little nervous about that going on during the race.
Right, right. Well, Wheels is about to get the checkered here in the 450 Consi, winning this thing. Ooh, and he actually launched into the other part of the track, but it looks like he's just off the track.
Ban his ass.
Of course, Wheels is the one who runs these races. Cale Simrock finishing second, Josh Betts with a third, and to round out the transfers into the motos, Tristan Runyons. Tyler Schmidt, he was actually in the Conti. I didn't even realize that. Not going to make it here. He hasn't been putting too much time into the races, it looks like, and then that can't be right. I need to refresh that. That
What's up?
cannot be right. I'm looking at the qualifying. There we go. It had Tyson Fresquez in 55th on my qualifying list. He actually qualified top 10, so. But Nathan Zaworski, the two-stroke hero, not going to make it into the motos this week. Last week he did make it in, so. Actually, Zaworski said he just downloaded the track about an hour before qualifying ended. So not too much time on the track for him. As we're just waiting for him to finish up, and then we're going to get the results in. Nothing should change in the top four. We're actually waiting for Schuler as well. So he didn't rage quit. It was just his internet. All right. So, Wheeler, Simrock, Betts, and Runyons to join the rest of the guys in the 450 motos. Just very, very quickly, I will touch on qualifying for the 450 class. At the top of the board, we actually have Hunter Root this week with a 136.7. Jesse Mullins, your current points leader and defending champion, qualifying second with a 137.5. And then Kyle Robb making the jump up to the 450 class this week. He qualified third with a 139.2. And then Jordan Vanderlee in fourth with a 140.5. And Jack Haley in fifth with a 140.6. Then you got Heberlein in sixth. Seabolt seventh. Carlin eighth. Our boy Callum Brower qualified top 10 this week. Sitting in ninth, and then, like I said earlier, Tyson Fresquez to round out the top 10 in qualifying. So, I believe, no, this can't be Mullins' first week not on the top of the board. I don't know. I always feel like Mullins is at least a second or two faster than everybody else, but Root on the top of the board this week. Will we finally get that straight up Root versus Mullins battle this week? Chris, what do you think?
I don't know. Thinking's not really my strong suit. I'm thinking I just hope it's a battle. I actually think with less qualifying time that Tyson should be a good shoo-in. I see at number 2 on the line is Root's running the wrong number for the second time this year.
As I'm still loading in, but I believe this is the warm-up lap, so.
I guess I need to remind him again.
All right, I thought I timed out, but it looks like we've got a few guys on the line that we're waiting for. This seems to be the theme of 2016, people loading in very, very late. Not
Hopefully
really
Root
sure.
did stop and change his number. Lucky for him that he's getting a courtesy warning once again on the warm-up lap that I'm paying attention, because that'd really suck for him to get caught by the Colonel rule, especially when he's already in a hole in the points standings. I don't know. Maybe we'll see Seabolt back up front again.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously fast enough. I think, I don't know. I want to see Luke Heberlein up there battling this week. He's had a couple weeks where things just weren't going his way. Obviously, he salvaged top 10 finishes, but
Well, I was going to say, too, with the less time on the track, I think that benefits Tyson.
right.
So I think he's going to be a really, really big contender.
Okay. Looks like we're still waiting on these guys. Unless I did time out. I feel like I did.
We are restarted now. Guys are still loading in.
All right. So I was timed out. I thought I was waiting on people. There we go. So I'm on the line.
I'm looking at the 21. He's lined up by Fresco.
I'm going to go on board with Kellen Brower. He's got a pretty good gate here. Again, qualifying inside the top 10, so... Ooh,
Brady Stanley got a killer jump out of the gate. Root and Fresquez are both down on the start straight.
Yeah, and Kellen Brower is actually down as well. He got caught up with it. Looked like Jack Haley, but Brady Stanley with the whole shot here.
Gravedigger, Toby Stocks. So Aussies 1 and 3 early. Andre Santos, James Armstrong, and looks like Jack Haley going around the outside right now.
A few guys going around the outside. It looked like that was Reed Young as well on the 68 machine.
Connor Peavy sounds like he's on the 350 getting passed by Shipley, so a good start for Shipley here early in the moto as well. He's shown some speed.
Heberlein going to make the pass to the lead. Sorry to cut you off, but Heberlein already up in the lead. I wanted to see him up here this week, and shown he has the speed.
He's probably led more laps than anyone this year.
Right. Rounds 1 and 2, he was leading pretty much the entire race until about the last 3 or 4 laps in every single moto. But Heberlein leads them through with Stanley, Stocks, Armstrong, Santos, Haley, all right next to each other. Reed Young, Peavy, Shipley, Peter Like up here.
Armstrong completed the pass on Santos. Now they go up the hill. Armstrong actually looking for another pass right now on Toby Stocks.
Now, did Hunter Root change his number?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Here's Mullins. He's actually buried in the pack here, sitting in 14th. Something we're not too used to for Mullins. But I'm sure he'll work his way through the pack very, very quickly. David Wright, Cruiser, Vanderlee.
It was Thunder Valley where he started on the ground in the first turn, and he was top 10 by the end of the first lap.
Right. He made a video about that. I think I touched on it last week. He passed like 28 guys.
He's actually right behind Hunter Root right now in the 12 spot, Hunter Root in the 11 spot, so that might be a spot to keep an eye on right now.
Yeah, 1 and 2 in qualifying.
Ooh, Mullins gets almost right into the back of Root, and he gets passed around the outside by Devin Davis. That's probably the highlight reel material for D. Davis, going around the outside of the number 1.
Ooh, Peter Like cross jumping, almost jumping into Hunter.
Someone, speaking of limited qualifying time, helping someone out, Michael Wheeler wins the consolation. He's running in the 14 spot right now, right behind our series points leader.
This track is such a tight track as far as the fast line goes. So a lot of these guys are bunching up in these corners.
A
couple guys down in this corner.
Haley and Armstrong.
Vanderlee. Oh, it looks like, was it Armstrong? Yep, it must have been.
Yeah, because Armstrong was up in the front inside the top 10 with Haley, and they both came back.
Oh, a pile up in the inside here. Bunch of guys, including Fresquez and it looked like Mullins just barely got caught up there.
Another pile up with O'Hagan's involved.
Kyle Robs in here.
Vanderlee again. Oh, we have a new leader too. Heberlein's been passed by Toby Stocks, and now he's about to take it back.
Yep, he just made that pass back. Very solid pass.
Oh, Shipley's down in 4th with Hunter Root stuck behind him. There goes Haley.
Cruz, Mullins. Shipley's about to get going here, and then we got Peavy and Root and Armstrong.
Oh, a lot of pileups right now. Maybe it's because we're looking further into the back than we normally do at the beginning of the race. I'm not sure, but...
Well, like I was saying, it's such a tight track as far as the fast line goes. A lot of these corners, they stack up really, really quickly. Like this corner right here before the finish line, and actually the corner after the finish line as well, can cause some pretty big pileups.
A couple of SYS teammates, Kellen Brower and Zach Dupuy, running in the 12 and 13 spot. Kellen had a little slide out and they swapped those positions, but they're still running right together, right outside the top 10.
Kellen was down on the start straight, so good to see him gain all those positions back very, very quickly like
Mullins
that.
is down with Russell Cruze. He went for an inside pass. Cruze tried to bonsai around
and
him.
Kellen's actually down because Devin Davis was down. Nothing Davis could have done there. It's kind of a blinded jump.
Check out the 4, 5, 6 battle right now. Mullins has it. Shipley was just trying to make the move, and now Peavy's going to slide through. Oh, that's Armstrong, actually. Peavy right behind. You guys are mixing up everywhere, and there's yellow flags waving. Is there a rider down up here? It doesn't appear so.
No, it's a broken timing gate, I believe. So for the time being, Mullins is going to keep a hold of this spot. Sitting in 4th place right now. Brady Stanley 3rd, Stocks 2nd, and Luke Heberlein not able to pull away from Stocks. Stocks is still giving Heberlein a run for his money.
See what their lap times are as they come into the finish line right now. 142.9 for Heberlein, 143 for Stocks. Stanley is about 7.5 seconds off of that lead battle, and that's looks like Heberlein's starting to slowly inch away, but Mullins has climbed to 4th. So once again, you said Mullins, didn't have the start. He was behind all the title contenders, and he finds himself back in front of all of them, except I would say the Gravedigger. Stocks, I guess we could start calling him a title contender at this point. At least a podium threat every week, it seems like.
Right, I'm not exactly sure where Stocks is in the points, but it always seems like he is up here.
Been hovering right around the tail end of the top 5 quite a bit, and early in the motos it seems like he's a lot of times further forward. I just saw Mullins carrying some ridiculous corner speed into this front straightaway. Stanley is down in 3rd. That's going to give Mullins the number 3 spot now.
And Armstrong's actually going to get around as well, so Stanley's going to remount in 5th, with Hunter Root actually all over the pack of him. So, and another mistake by Stanley. Hunter Root not going to be able to get around the outside there, but he's going to be able to close up a little bit.
A lot of follow the leader going on right now.
I mean, these top 6 guys have pulled away from the rest of the pack. Devin Davis here just now getting back onto the start straight with Peavy, Shipley, Mahan, Kyle Robb, Kellen Brower, Jordan Vanderlee, Peter Like, Michael Wheeler, and Zach Dupuy, all freight training, getting back onto the start straight. Then you got St. Laurent and Santos.
The 5 of Hunter Root actually made a 2-for-1, got around Stanley with a mistake, and half a straightaway later, Armstrong made a mistake, so Root went by both of those guys, and he's up to the 4 spot now.
All right, so next in line for Hunter is your points leader, Jesse Mullins. He's at the top of the hill right now. Hunter Root coming up to that big triple. Cases it a little bit. Not sure if that was intended or not. I'm assuming not, because that's normally not the fastest way around the track.
Digging through the field, I found Fresquez all the way back in 28th, now 27th as he goes by a downed rider, battling it out with the Colonel, August Sanders. And he's going for some passes right now, but he's got a lot of work to do to catch this front group.
And it's hard to make passes on this track. And with it being as short of a track as it is, he's got to be careful. I know it's Tyson Fresquez, and he's obviously one of the most decorated sim players of all time, but I mean, these guys are pushing high minute 30 lap times. He's got to be careful not to get lapped this early on. Audio is cutting in and out for you, Tanner. I don't know if my mic is just not sensitive enough. I might have to mess with my volume. Or if it's Chris's, I can always turn him up as well.
Yeah, your sound's fine via TeamSpeak, so I don't think it's on your side unless it's going through OBS. Just an update on the lap times. Oh, his Heberline almost goes down. Is he going to surrender the lead? No, but now
he's
he does.
Yep, now he is. So Toby Stocks into the lead.
Wow, and there's a rider going backwards on the track or crashed and just kind of sat there because he didn't know what to do. That's going to give Mullins second. Heberline goes from first to third. I wanted to update you on the lap times. Mullins ran at 140.9, which is considerably faster than the leaders were running by a couple of seconds, and even fourth place Hunter Root with only a 142 hot lap. So Mullins is carrying some wicked speed early in this moto. Heberline probably frustrated. He made one little mistake and then it compounded into a bigger mistake and didn't just lose the lead but lost second a whole lot of time.
Right. I feel like that's one of his downfalls. He makes a mistake and then it just kind of snowballs.
Yeah, for sure. And now he's got to try to regroup, which is one of the hardest things to do because your instinct is to try to make all that time up right away, all at once. And he's got to try to realize, like, we're only 10 minutes into the moto, almost 11 at this point, but still a lot of racing left. And just relax a little bit and try to make it up little by little. Make sure you're there at the end because things, especially on a short track like this, lappers are going to be full on chaos.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're already into him as Mullins is actually dealing with a cross jump car. Right now, he's going to land right on Robert Wilson and go down.
Yep, he goes down. So Haberline able to get the spot back. Now Wilson. Was that Wilson, did you say?
Yeah, that was
okay.
Wilson on the 64, which, I mean, didn't really do anything wrong. He just got head shaken, wanted himself, and Mullins was committed to the jump and had nowhere to go. But, I mean, I believe Wilson's actually coming off of a protest where he got a warning for being a lapper. I would hope that that doesn't necessarily get protested by Jesse because I don't feel like he was in the wrong. But at the same point, the rule is if you interfere with the leaders, it's your responsibility. I don't know, that wouldn't be a fun protest to review, so I hope that Mullins doesn't end up protesting it.
So, with that mistake...
Speaking of being steady and just kind of letting the race come to you, Toby Stock's kind of doing that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's leading. You can't really ask for much more than that. Maybe a bigger lead, but I mean, slow and steady wins the race
right now. And he's definitely not slow either. So
right.
I wouldn't go that far. He's just consistently pretty fast versus blazing fast, but not quite as consistent. He's about to have some heat coming from a certain monster truck. A 28. Looking to crush him like a line of Honda Civics.
I do want to see, like we were talking about a little earlier on, will these mistakes early on from Heberline snowball into something a little bit more costly for him? Or has he realized, you know, just to let the race come to him, it's early on and everything like that. Obviously, he got passed by two people from one mistake.
Peek at the 3-4 spot while you're making your point here, because Root has closed on Mullins.
But, I mean, he did pass the defending champion and current points leader, Jesse Mullins, back. Obviously, due to lapper situation, but still. And as you said, the 3-4 spot, we got Jesse Mullins and Hunter Root. Ooh, Hunter Root makes a little bit of a mistake. But
I think he was just searching for a smooth line.
So different lines from these two. Mullins elects to go way inside. Hunter Root elects to go way outside. Now they've got a couple more lappers, it looks like. Hunter Root is all over the place right now.
We have a battle for the lead as well as these guys go splitting the lappers there. Are they both going to get through? The lappers are kind of
Looks
battling
like
a little
Root's
bit.
going to have to check up a little bit in this corner. But I
Might
do want to
wanna
go to
peek
the
at the
lead.
lead.
Yeah, I was just about to say. Stock's leading right now, but Heberlein all over the back of him.
Oh,
Stocks
swap
with
by
these,
Stocks.
yeah, little mistakes here and there.
144 and 145 lap times for these guys that time, right? Where Mullins was at a 142 and Root at a 143, so we might just end up with a 4-rider battle here pretty shortly.
I am going on board with Heberlein right now just because the battle is under a second. Do you think
Also-
Heberlein has to make the move now, or do you think he's going to wait a little bit and wait for a possible mistake? Oh, and there's the mistake. So Heberlein able to get to the lead.
I was going to say he has to strike now. Just Stocks has a lag bubble as well, and he needs to try to open a gap up because third and fourth, who are still battling, yeah, they're coming, and they're coming hot.
I was going to say that he needs to make the move as soon as possible as well. Thankfully, it was a mistake literally as we were talking about it.
Yeah, and Stocks needs to become his best friend right now and try to hold these guys up and make them make mistakes trying to get around him because they are carrying a faster pace than the monster truck out front.
All right,
Now,
again,
Root's gonna
Mullins
try
to
that
the
outside.
inside, Root around the outside again.
I feel like Root's losing a little bit of time, and then he closes it back up, entering the next corner a little bit, but looks a little slower. It's definitely a little safer. It's a big berm you're riding versus nailing into a rut through some bumps and whatnot, but they clear another lapper, and I mean, I have a feeling lappers are going to be a big part of this race. Where did Toby Stocks go? He's in fourth now.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I didn't see him crash at all. I didn't see him off the track.
Being off the track, Root was just off the track.
Again. But, yeah, the running order as of now, we got Luke Heberlein leading here at Muddy Creek. Then Jesse Mullins sitting second. Hunter Root third. Toby Stocks now sitting in fourth. And Brady Stanley sitting inside the top five.
Lonely. And then Kyle Robb stepping up to the 450 for the week. Runs in sixth. Zach Dupuis, I'd say that's a surprise ride up in seventh for him. Probably shouldn't be a surprise, a former champion, but hasn't necessarily been racing or playing a lot. Another OG Shipley running in the 8th spot, being chased down by Devin Davis, and he's going to get passed by Davis, and Vanderlee was going to go by, but decided to clip him instead, so that's going to mix things up. Resetting that now. Davis runs in 8th. Armstrong now up to 9th, and Siebold, with a couple moto wins on the year, or a moto win on the year, right? Did he get two?
Did he win last week?
He won last week, but I didn't remember.
And then he won at Glen Helen. Yeah, he won at Glen Helen.
Okay, I couldn't remember if he ended up winning that one at Glen Helen or got passed at the end. But anyways, he runs in the top 10 spot. Vanderlee's back going in 11th and Shipley in 12th now. And then comes Ryan Mahan, the dirt sculptor here, running in 13th spot. Mahan actually built this racetrack, so not finding success on his own track as of right now.
Then you got Kellen Brower, our good buddy, sitting in
You're a good buddy.
13th?
I don't like that guy.
Is it 13th? No, it's 14th.
Kellen is in the 14th spot with his buddy Strelo behind him in 15th.
Sanders, St. Laurent, Like, Santos. We're going to go back up front because I feel like I'm going to miss something if I don't.
While you're up front, just an update. Frescus is up 22nd is all. So we're past the halfway point of the moto, and he is not even in the points yet. So this moto, my prediction of, hey, the less track time is going to be great for Tyson. Maybe it'll be the case in Moto 2, but the first start not letting that happen in Moto 1. He is scrubbing the shit out of the jumps, though.
All right, it looks like the stream is a little iffy right now, guys.
Oh, another update is Root is into second.
Right, Mullins crashed somewhere. Oh, I got it on stream, actually. It was that little weird off-camber, like, tabletop. I'm going to tab out of my game just for a second. Yeah, it looks like we lost a few frames. But it looks like we're all good to go now.
So you think the less track time is what's holding Mullins back right now? Yeah,
You
he's
know,
got the nickname Lots of Laps for a reason, right? Like, he does run a lot of laps on these tracks.
but I don't know.
The
I feel
speed's
like
still there.
yeah, we say lots of laps, Jesse, because he's known for running a lot of laps. But to be honest, everybody runs a lot of laps on the tracks. That's how they get these very, very quick lap times. That's how they're so consistent on the tracks. So less track time, I feel like, is, I mean, really just affecting everybody. So I can't really put it on that. I just think it's, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because it's affecting everybody.
Have to go all the way back to the 14-15 spot to actually find much of a battle right now. Shipley and Vanderlei going at it. The Vander Bomber trying to make the move on Shipley. So while things are spread out and whatnot, we might as well do the top 10 rundown, except the lead is scarily tight right now for the Gravedigger. So I actually don't want to go into a top 10 rundown right now. They're in a lot of lappers. Going by the locomotive of Peter Leichert, Hunter Root is now. And he is chasing down Heberlein. It's about a 2.5 second gap. It was under 2 seconds shortly for a minute there, so. Mullins is 7 behind Root, so he's not out of this either. Toby Stocks has fallen down and he's 16 seconds back now in the number 4 spot. Brady Stanley still runs in the top 5 with Kyle Robb giving chase. Zach Dupuis 7th, James Armstrong 8th, Devin Davis solid in 9th spot right now, getting chased down by Ryan Mahan at the moment on the 37. And that's been your top 10 rundown, brought to you by versus-pc.com. If you're looking for parts, a pre-built computer, custom build, look those guys up. They have everything that you could want or need. Great service. Quality products, quality service. Log on versus-pc.com. Reach out to those guys if you have questions. If they don't have something on their site you want, reach out to them. Let them know, and they're actually willing to go the extra mile and search for you and really stand behind what they do. And only provide the highest quality stuff for you. So versus-pc.com, we're glad to have them on sim, and Heberlein almost gets taken out by a lapper. Oh man, that was close to being really bad. Not positive who that was, but holy crap. Someone launched their bike right in front of our leader. Heberlein's probably a little bummed right now. He's going through like lapper hell.
Right. And it always sucks being the first one through the lappers too. Looks like Haley doing a good job getting out of Heberlein's way. Oh, and Heberlein has a mistake. He's going to crash. That's going to give Hunter Root the lead. Oh, no.
Bones is 18 seconds back, so he's not even going to get close to capitalizing on the mistake from the Gravedigger at the moment. But Root now, could he be home free?
No.
But he also...
Mullins is down again as well. Looks like he may have hit
Stocks.
a leg bubble. Stock's not going to get around Mullins, it looks like. But he will be right behind.
I think it's kind of funny we're talking about Mullins struggling as he's running in third.
Well, I mean, we're used to seeing him challenging for the lead
lapper
here.
Puts Mullins down.
So that's 3 crashes within...
And, I mean, the shame of it, the lapper almost puts him down a second time, and both times he's trying to get out of the way. The first time he made the wrong decision on the side of the track to go on. Now Stanley's all over Mullins. The second time he was trying to ride all the way on the side of the track. Jesse didn't really give him much room, and he slid off the bank a little bit. Oh, man.
You've gotta know that Mullins is gonna be heated after that little. Oh, and Stocks is actually having some issues, so that's gonna allow Mullins, Stanley, and Rob to all get around him. A little tip over, and he loses 3 spots just like that.
Yeah, the bummer of the deal is, like I said, I feel like it was Jacob M on the 424, and I feel like he was trying to do the right thing, just didn't do the right thing. Wow, we're really spread out. Root Heathery has a 21-second lead after everything going on. And
So
we're
Heberlein
25 minutes in.
obviously, yeah, Heberlein had to have had another mistake after that first crash.
For sure, because Mullins is only 9 seconds behind even after that exchange of mistakes that we saw from him with the lapper and whatnot. And Kyle Robb's made his way all the way to 4th, and he's chasing his buddy Jesse Mullins down right now. So Rob's stepping up to the 450, much like Siebold did, and looking to find some success on the bigger bike.
Ooh, mistake there from Kyle. He's going to lose a little bit of time on Mullins.
Seems like the story of the year for the 78 is Stocks. Again, running up in the podium spots early. Now he's fallen to the 6th spot, which is super respectable. And that's kind of where he's ended up finishing, is right around the top 5 to 7 range or so, if I recall. And I mean, great performances, all inside the top 10 pretty consistently, but needs to put the end of the races together a little bit better. And that could be just the lack of speed catching up with him a little bit.
Update on Tyson, he is now sitting in 13th, so he has made a lot of ground up since the last time we checked on him. He's in front of Siebold, Davis, Brower.
Bad news for him is, I mean, he can't afford to just have these salvage motos anymore. He has to start winning, or at least chipping away points at Mullins' lead.
But it's so difficult to do when Mullins is always up front.
Oh, speaking of up front, Hunter Root just made a pretty big mistake. Saved it as far as staying on the bike and has a big lead, but he is not invincible, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think any lead's safe on this track the way the lappers are.
No, not at all.
So many lappers and I do want to say, yes, it does look like it's racing pretty one-lined in a lot of spots, but it's also just a short lap time, which is playing a huge factor in the number of lappers that we're seeing. And then obviously that's going to make more issues. The more lappers, the more issues. So before everyone starts ruining the track with planing, keep that in mind. Things are kind of stabilized once again inside of the top 10.
The closest would probably be Mullins and Rob here.
And just an update, we do have a few new riders at the tail end of the top 10. Hunter Root continuing to lead. Heberlein solid in 2nd, and Mullins is closing in on him. He did another 140 lap time last time around, so he's stepped it up. And Kyle Robb's still trying to come right along with him in the number 4 spot on the Prime Design Graphics machine. Brady Stanley, riding for FamMX Racetech, is in 5th and narrowly misses going down right there as he hit a lap rider. Toby Stocks, as I said, runs in 6th. He's got some pressure from SYS's Zach Dupuis. Dupuis is all over him, in fact. Makes a little mistake there, though. We'll finish the top 10 rundown and maybe get back to that battle as Armstrong is in 8th. Jordan Vanderlee, the Bama, running in the 9 spot. And Fresquez was up to 10th. He had just made the move on Mike Strelo, and now they're both down. And
wow.
Siebolt's down too.
Han's actually going to get a 3-fer right there. So he's going to be in 10th now. Tyson with a mistake and Strelo with another mistake.
Now Siebolt's off the track, and Hunter Root's coming to lap these guys.
Yeah, they actually just got lapped.
Davis is trying to check up and let him go by. It's full-on chaos in the corner. Root does get through. And that, I'm staying on Siebold as he's going to try to go back around Davis.
As he does, and Fresca's going to be all over the back of Davis as well.
Oh, Davis shuts the door and Fresquez goes down.
So that's going to allow Kellen to get around, Strelo, Haley, Sanders, and now Tyson is finally getting going. So after he just made all those passes, just like that.
Back into 17th. And holy cow, there's just full-on chaos everywhere. That top 10 rundown, by the way, was brought to you by Ride365.com, title sponsor of this national series. Log on Ride365.com, get something sweet gear, some parts for your bike, whatever you want, what you need. Go on there, log on, buy some stuff.
Meanwhile, while we were doing the rundown and seeing all that crazy stuff happening near the tail end of the top 10, Zach Dupuis making the move around Stocks.
Also, the Gravedigger blew an engine, ladies and gentlemen. He is now back to 4th. He lost the spot to both Kyle Robb and Jesse Mullins. So Mullins all the way up into 2nd. So although Root dominating this thing with a 20-second lead, and it was past the 30 mark,
right?
Just by a couple seconds.
He didn't make it across the line in time, so we will have 2 to go.
And so he's got a 20-second lead, 2 laps to go. Although it's a 20-second lead, it's only 3 points that Mullins is going to give up to him here. He's got a lot to make up. Rob goes around a bunch of lappers in 3rd. Heberlein looks like he's trying desperately now to get back onto a podium position here with 2 to go.
Dupuis and Stocks still glued together.
I mean, shit, this could be a battle from like when online racing first came out in Sim. These guys were battling back then.
Right.
Still going at it. They're going to try to go around a lapped rider here. I think that's Peavy that they're going around. He was in the top 10 early.
He's going to have to get out of the way here, as he does. Dupuis with a little bit of a cheater line right there. And Stocks with a little bit of a cheater line right there. Oh, and Stocks is actually down, so Dupuis weathered the storm
Armstrong's
from Stocks.
going by.
Yep, Armstrong's gonna get around, and that's all. Vanderly too far away. Anyways,
we should have the white flag out for Hunter Root.
Yep.
As he is already well past the finish line, and Mullins not even in sight of the finish line just yet, but it is white flag right now. Kyle Robb dropped into the 140s last time around. He hasn't given up on this 2nd place spot yet. He's still chasing Mullins down.
I think he's gonna let Jesse have the spot, either way.
I don't. At
Well,
all. Just Jesse's in dominating the. I mean, he's got such a good lead in points that I don't think that. I think that it's more Kyle would love to brag about beating him. I think he's fired up to go around him.
I still think Jesse and Kyle are in the same team speak, and even though Jesse is dominating the points, and Kyle's just got a long. Whoa!
Hey, you sure?
Hey, he just pulled that out. I don't know. Whatever.
I saw somebody attempting that during qualifying, and I was like, no, there's no way that's possible. He did another big line there. I hope these lappers move. I actually want to see what this lap's going to be. Obviously, he's got to try to make his way around Mullins, but even if he freight trained behind a hot lap from Mullins the rest of the way, this would be a heater. Oh, he's got to check up a little there. Rob's got an opening there. Mullins actually made a little mistake. And
Dave is just cartwheeled on my screen there.
Oh, meanwhile, Hunter Root has taken the win.
He has indeed, but we've got a battle for second, so...
Oh, Mullins
is down. So Kyle's
is right there as well.
He's gonna get the spot. So
he's
gonna
hit it and go down.
Nope, he's gonna salvage his 3rd place here.
He almost sent Jesse into a double fall off in
What
that
was
blind
Kyle's
area.
last lap? That was a 42-1. So obviously he had a couple mistakes there. But Kyle Robson finished second. Luke Heberlein finishes third. Jesse Mullins with a fourth here. And then we're waiting for fifth to finish. It looks like that's going to
Yeah,
be Brady
Brady
Stanley.
Oh, we still got a battle with Dupuy. It slides out and loses the spot to Armstrong and to Toby Stocks. Wow, lost 2 spots, similar to what Mullins did there.
Oh, Dupuy
down
just
now. Here comes Vanderlei.
destroyed himself.
Oh, never mind.
No,
Vanderlei's
Vanderlei's
like
on the
3
start
straightaways
straight.
back.
Yeah.
These guys lapped into the top 10, by the way. Root was
So,
obviously ripping out front, short lap time.
anyways, Stanley with the 5th, Armstrong 6th, Stocks 7th, Dupuy 8th for the time being. Well, that's going to stay there with that fall off. He's not going to gain any spots due to cuts. And then we got Vanderlei finishing 9th, and Seabolt to round out the top 10. And then you got Mahan, Strelo, Kellen Brower, Tyson Fresquez moved his way back up into 14th after that crazy sequence of mistakes and lappers and battling and whatever. Davis 15th, Haley 16th, Russell Cruz is 17th, St. Laurent 18th, August Sanders 19th, and Andre Santos rounding out the top 20. Peter Lake just missing out on points. Does anything change
Nothing
due to
changed.
cuts? Nothing. All right. So Hunter Root wins here, Moto number 1 at Muddy Creek. Now, I know he was the fastest qualifier, and I wanted to see a battle between him and Jesse Mullins, but I don't really feel like we had a straight-up battle that moto. I know they were close by and everything like that. They were moving through the pack together, but once they got into the top 5, the top 4, Hunter just kind of left everybody. Obviously, some mistakes by Jesse and everything, but I don't think we saw a straight-up battle between the two. So, with one moto in the books, how do you feel like the racing went?
Chaos is about the only way I can describe it, honestly.
Right.
I don't even know what to predict we're going to see in Moto number 2. It's just full on craziness.
Alright guys, if you're just tuning into the stream, we are taking a break in between the 450 Moto 1 and Moto 2. Hunter Root won 450 Moto 1, with Kyle Robb finishing second, Luke Heberlein finishing third, and your current points leader Jesse Mullins finishing fourth. So the overall is still up for grabs, I believe. I still think Jesse has a chance at the overall. Um, Also, quick side note, Tyson Fresca's with another dismal finish in 14th. So he's got to stop having these bad motos. I know it's only round 5. Actually, it's already round 5, I should say. We're about halfway through the season already. And he's got a ways to go to catch your points leader, Jesse Mullins. Now, looks like 450 Moto 2 will be starting in the next 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's so unpredictable. Like, I'm scared to make any kind of prediction going into this thing. I mean, looking at the points again, just to refresh my memory, and I mean, we keep talking about Tyson or Root, but Heberline's sitting second in points, but he's 41 points behind. That's almost a full race. Not even a full moto. It's well past a full moto already. Now, Root is only, and I say only because he missed an entire round, but even if you give him a 1-1 at the round he missed, he would still be, he would actually be in the points lead by 5 if he had went 1-1 at the round he missed. But obviously he didn't show up, he didn't race, but yeah, I mean, he's a long ways behind. He is 40 some odd points behind, so he got a lot of work to do as well. And Fresquez is, I mean, he's practically out of this thing already. He's 53 points behind. So, and crazy to think Jeremy Siebelt's up to 5th in the standings, and he raced the first round on the 250.
Right. What's up, Hagman?
Unbelievable.
All right, 450 Moto number 2 in 1 minute. So we will be getting the restart here, and it looks like we're about to get it. Prediction, who do you think is going to win second moto and the overall?
I think Root gets the overall, and I do think Jesse comes back and wins moto number 2.
Okay.
I feel like his decisions in these early laps is really what's making him so tough to beat. Is even, I mean, he starts in the pack, but he's able to be patient and get to the front in the first couple of laps. And I mean, yeah, he made a lot of mistakes that first moto, more time on the track, and just knowing about those mistakes, I think, calms him down and puts him in the top spot for moto number 2. I think Root gets second though and still gets the overall.
That is
three
not
would
a
even get
bad prediction.
I mean, I think Root could win the overall even with the third. So, because Mullins was 4th in that first moto with that crash, so 4-1 does not beat a 1-3. So, and for Root to get top 3, I think is very likely. So,
Waiting on one person.
424 of Jacob M still loading in. Let's hope he makes it, and hopefully he did. And we have a couple open gates, so we actually only have 38 riders starting moto number 2.
All right, I'm going to keep tabs on Tyson Fresquez here on the start. Again, he did go down on the start straight in the first moto. Let's see if he gets a clean start. Nice jump. He's actually right next to Mullins.
Huge pile up. Mahan had a good start and is down in turn number 1. And guess who's out front? The 23 of Kyle Robb and the 1 of Jesse Mullins side by side.
Tyson Fresquez is in that group as well, along with Ethan Parks and August Sanders.
Oh, Parks actually gets into the back of Robb but keeps it on 2 wheels. Fresquez trying to make quick work here to the front. Gets shut down by Sanders. Trying to go again around Sanders. Fresquez getting close to the bales. August jumping right up the inside of Mullins. Those guys going to go outside. Their lines come together.
Tyson, holds on, but he's actually going to run into Kyle.
Sanders ends up going down, so Triptez. Ethan Parks goes up to the 2 spot. Devin Davis 3rd with Kyle Robb jumping hard inside of him. Davis gets punted all the way to the outside rut.
There is just chaos going on right now. I don't even know what to say.
The Mullins leads. Ethan Parks runs 2nd with Kyle Robb looking up the inside early. Robb going to make the move perhaps.
Yep, he's got the inside.
the outside here, but the outside probably preferred. It's really rough going into that inside.
And
And Rob's got that
triple.
sick triple in. His thing's dirty as he parks his front end off. Davis is re-going in the number 4 spot. Tyson 5th. Sanders, David Wright with a good start, runs in 7th. William St. Laurent 8th, and the Gravedigger is up in the top 10. He's running 9th with the Bomber Vanderlei running in 10 spot right now on lap number 1. So not too bad of starts. You can work with the top 10 on lap number 1 most of the time. But the number 1's out front.
Sitting in about the 15th spot here. Exactly 15th, actually. Colin Brower's back here. Mahan. Dupuis back here. Stanley. Stocks. Siebold. PV. Alright. Back up front. Mullins already has a decent-sized lead.
He's going to try to check out from this thing. Now, Rob laid down a 140 right at the end of the last race, which matched Jesse's fast lap. So let's see if he can do that here now, maybe more consistently. Probably getting a little more comfortable on the 450 every lap he rides, as he's been riding 250 so much. And he's in a no-pressure situation to where he just wants to go out and beat his buddy. It could potentially mix up the overall. Kyle Robb was second in moto number 1, correct?
He was. So if he goes
2-2,
2-2, that would
beat a 4-1.
That would by 1 point. Yeah, these two are all by their lonesome. Devin Davis sitting in 3rd with Tyson Fresquez in 4th. Ethan Parks just goes down, so he's going to lose another spot to the Bomber. O'Hagan's up here, right? Haley, Reed Young. Now this is where it starts getting a little hectic with all these guys. Haberline sitting back here.
Root's into 10th, by the way. And now moving into 11th is Heberline.
A little mistake, so that's going to give Reed Young the spot, and the Haberline's going to get it back.
No, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it.
August Sanders back here. He had a great start here in 450 Moto number 2.
A 140.8 already for Jesse Mullins. He's fired up after moto number 1. He's got a clear track. 143 for Kyle Robb. So that lead stretched 3 seconds in 1 lap. Davis and Fresquez both in the 45s. Shout out to Andrew O'Hagan running in the 7th spot. He's been strong this outdoor season. I've been impressed. This is 450 Moto number 2 from Muddy Creek, the Ride365.com Nationals, presented by Versus-PC.com. Oh, and I just saw Ethan Parks eat crap.
He's going to get passed by a whole bunch of guys here.
Root's one of those guys, as is the Gravedigger. So Root up to 7th, but he's got a long ways to go. Mullins already seeing a lapper. That's Michael Wheeler in front of him, about to go a lap down on lap number 4. That makes for a long 30-minute moto. Oh, Wheels, not the best track re-entry there, bud. What are you doing, guy? Get out of the way. Crashing in front of your leader. Oh, Wheels. Did someone steal Wheels' computer and controller? He's riding like a noob that's never played before. The Bomber's up to 3rd. Davis drops to 4th. O'Hagan all the way up to 5th, but he's got Hunter Root right behind him.
So that means Tyson having some issues.
Tyson's 7th. Behind him, he's actually going to make the move on Root, or at least move right up on him. Oh, these guys going by Davis, it looks like, had a mistake. Oh, Davis cross-jump Carl's under Hunter Root. Root now going to look on the other side of him. Haberline's actually all over Fresquez also for 7th.
Devin Davis down, so that's going to allow a host of guys to get around him, including Heberline, Fresquez, and it looks like O'Hagan was down as well. Yes, he is, so he's going to get going. Devin Davis is going to jump right over the top of him, along with Ethan Parks.
Back out front, Mullins up to a 9-second lead. So he's coming across the finish. Let's check the lap time, a 1:41 flat. Rob's still running in second, kind of all by his lonesome. He has 10 seconds on each side of him between first and third. The 1:44 lap. I'm curious to see what the lap times that route Heberline and Fresquez are throwing down, as Fresquez and Heberline battling over the number 5 spot. All these guys, they have to get going though. Mullins is leading this thing. They need all the points they can get.
Oh, Rob just busted out that big line in the back of the track that he did last moto.
And I hope he catches Mullins and can make that, use that to make the pass. That would be so epic. It'd be super sketchy, but it'd be awesome. Mullins coming around to put another one in the books. I believe Rob is going to close the gap a little this lap. We'll check lap times again. 42.6 for Mullins. We'll see what Rob has. Rob a 41.4. We did close a little over a second there. Just got to do that 7 more times and he'll find himself in the lead.
Tyson worked his way back up into 4th. Hunter Root sitting 5th. Davis and Heberline battling right behind him. Looks like Heberline's just waiting to attack on Davis. Both going to choose that middle line before the finish. And Heberline makes the pass just like that.
Davis some great heads up riding there, because if he would have stayed in that rut, they probably both would have went down there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Trying to find some sort of battle here. Stocks and O'Hagan are kind of close. Reed Young there as well. Oh, Mahan and Armstrong are going at it. Oh, and not anymore. Armstrong cased the triple and bounced off a SpongeBob, and he's actually going to take Blake O'Brien with him. Oh, no, just kidding. That was Walter Gebhardt. Seabolt's way back here. Got a few rage quitters already this moto.
I'm about to rage quit myself.
Why
Not
is
even out
that?
of rage. Oh, these guys need to make this more exciting.
Right. I'm just kind of sitting here waiting for a battle.
I'm going to watch Kyle Robbins see if he busts this line out. That would definitely wake me up a little bit here. Look at the speed he's carrying to do it. Oh, he had to back out. He didn't quite get the low line on that double in, which I'm guessing is the key to getting it. That's some ridiculous corner speed that he carried into that little double though. Man, maybe with the speed he's showing on the 450, Rob will just stay in this class. I would love for all the fast guys to be in one class.
Yeah, there's been some drama in the past with him not wanting to race the 450 and being called a sandbagger. I have actually called Kyle a sandbagger multiple times because I do believe he is one of the faster guys in the game, and I feel like he's competitive.
Oh, Mullins is down.
He's competitive enough on the 450 to just, why not stay on the 450 and make the class a little bit more exciting. But as you were saying, Mullins was down, so that's going to allow Kyle to close up on him quite a bit. What's the
2.9 second gap.
Right.
It was a 46.8 for Mullins and a 41.6 for Rob. Mullins did not fall off the bike, but he did slide out and was facing backwards, so he had to turn all the way around. I can't get a number on the rider that's right behind Mullins that he just lapped, but he's
the
tailing
Colonel.
him pretty close.
It's the Colonel.
And probably more closely than I would want as a leader, because if you make a little mistake, you're going to get plowed into. And we'll see if he makes way for Kyle Robb as Kyle comes up to lap him.
Is Kyle going to bust the line? Nope.
Again, a little too much air. He's got that corner on lock for it, though.
Oh, Tyson's down. That's going to allow Heberline to get around.
Oh, Sanders with an unsafe track reentry almost puts Kyle Robb on the ground. Robb luckily caught it at the last second and was able to move. I'm just going to say some people never learn.
I completely agree with that.
I'm not just singling August out, I'm singling out people that, in general, that make unsafe track reentries. Like, how many times people have to get banned for it before people say, okay, I need to check up, look at the map, and make a safe reentry. Oh, Vanderlee was actually up to third. He's laying on the ground. So is Hunter Root. They're now caught by the Gravedigger? No, they're not caught by the Gravedigger.
Oh, that is a lapper, but they are battling for position.
Oh,
It looks
not
like
anymore.
Vanderlee
just went down.
He bombed himself. So
Who is battling for position is the Gravedigger and Fresquez, as they just went around
Right.
Vanderlee.
Right.
We are 14 minutes and 38 seconds into this moto, so just about to the halfway point. Rob's doing everything he can to try to keep this from being a sleeper.
There it is.
He goes for it.
Gets it. A
That'll
little
close the gap.
sketchy.
Yeah, he checked up a little bit. He didn't hit it pinned, actually. Fine. Weird. At least Rob's putting on a show for us. Thanks, Kyle.
Oh, and he actually goes down, so.
Mullins now trying to get around Walter Gebhardt. Makes his way around. That's going to give him a little bit of a lead. Root's the third now. Fresquez fourth. Vanderlee, though, going for the move on Fresquez. Look at that scrub.
Tyson
Oh.
somehow saved that.
Vanderlee looking to Vanderbomber him. They gonna switch lines here. They're going to follow. Vanderlee goes inside.
Wow, what a pass. For the time being. Looks like he's going to make it stick, too. Oh, and
and he
Vanderlee goes
slides
down.
out. Well, he had a moment of brilliance there.
Oh, and then Tyson's down, so Vanderlee's going to get the spot back. Maybe he's just now getting going.
Davis is right there as well. Davis going to go by as well.
And Heberline.
Hell of a ride this moto for Devin Davis. He had a good start, right? Moto number one fell way, way, way back.
Right.
Now he's going around the outside. Vanderlee runs him right to the bales. Devin's going to remember that here. Driving hard up the
no, and
inside.
Heberline.
Stands up Heberline. Toby Stocks was actually coming up behind that group. He slid out a little bit, so he lost some time. Stocks this time trying to get around that, 6, 7, 8 spot, right? Like he does most of the time from the front of the pack. He's trying to do it from behind this time. Davis does not seem very happy with Vanderlei after Vanderlei ran him into the bales. So I'm kind of hoping he catches him and shows us some action. But hopefully it's not over the top. Aggressive's fine. Dirty and dumb is not.
Before he does that, though, he's got to deal with Tyson Frescas and Luke Caberline.
Oh, now was Vanderlei down.
All right, looks like Tyson has a run on Davis. Both scrubbing,
Oh,
and he just launched it.
hey,
Wow.
Doolies.
Right, I don't have anything to take a shot of, but...
I'd like to take a screenshot of that, though. That was dirty. As I said in chat during the 250 race, dirtier than my underwear after a hot summer day. Davis is trying to come back on Frescas. He's not giving up. Now Heberlein wants to come join the fun, and Vanderlei's still right there lurking. Oh, Davis with a mistake. Gonna lose one spot.
Vanderlei's still here as well, so... And it looks like that was a lapper who was down. Oh, Armstrong getting going right in front of Stocks again. Stocks able to get around him.
I'm watching this 4, 5, 6, 7 group, and they're all pretty close together. Davis had a little mistake again. Not enough to let Vanderlei by. Vanderlei gets stood up by Davis's back tire and tips over. Give Devin a little bit of breathing room over him. Gravedigger trying to set out after Frescas.
Meanwhile, Mullins out front by a solid 10 seconds. So Kyle Robb's holding strong. I mean,
He ran a 140.14 last time around, which was his fastest lap of the race. Mullins actually at 150 last time around. Let's see what Rob also in the 150 range. But Root's 14 seconds back. But if they have another fall off, that could allow Root to challenge for the number 2 spot. Root right now has a 1-3, would be in control of the overall. Kyle Robb would be 2nd overall, and Mullins would actually be 3rd overall with a 4-1 if they finish like this. Oh, Heberlein almost into the side of Davis, has to check up, almost gets Vanderlei into his back tire, and Toby Stocks right there and a lapper in the middle of them. And Vanderlei goes around Heberlein. Davis makes a mistake.
Oh,
and
Vanderlei. Ooh.
Vanderlei might want to watch himself, because if he gets banned again, it's permanent. Like, permanent.
Well, he went down because Heberlein gave him a little love tap, so not going to have to worry about anything yet. So Heberlein actually helping Davis out a little bit.
For those of you new to Sim, Vanderlei's had probably the 2 gnarliest suspensions that we've ever given out. Honestly, a pretty chill dude, and usually a great smooth racer, but he's lost his mind a couple times, both during the outdoor series, about the midway point. That's just where we're reaching right now, and has went on some gnarly punting sprees. And he does something similar again. I mean, he'll never race RF again, and that'd be a bummer to lose a guy like him. I mean, when he's on his good days, obviously. I don't want anyone that does what he does on the bad days, but I don't know. I felt like he went out of that rut on purpose to try to nail Davis, which sucks.
Now, Little side note, did he get banned for his takeout on Ryan Mahan and at Thunder Valley a few years back? I believe that was 2013?
When he Vanderbombered it?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
not at all. That wasn't so much of a takeout. That was just a gnarly pass.
Stocks is down,
and
so Vanderley's actually going to get around him.
I shouldn't even say attempt because he actually executed the pass.
Right.
Gold Glove, Jeremy Smith usually during Nationals rides the 250 class. It's a little bit earlier on the East Coast. Guessing he didn't race tonight because he's racing the National this week.
Correct.
But, he did race the first couple rounds with us and then been focusing on his real racing, which he's doing quite well with, and we're pretty proud of our MX Sim member Jeremy Smith throwing her down at the Nationals.
Yeah, qualified 15th at High Point. Oh, Devin Davis is down. This is a blind spot, so Vanderley's going to get into him.
Eberline actually down as well, getting going.
Right. Stocks gets around both Vanderley and Davis. Oh, and this is going to be interesting. Davis and Vanderley together again on the track. Definitely going to have to keep an eye on these two, as you were saying earlier.
And that was Toby Stocks. They both went around.
Right.
That was on the ground.
Right.
Oh,
So
Davis gets into another rider. That was a lapper that got into the back of Davis. The gap up front is 11 seconds from first to second and 11 seconds from second to third. So they're still pretty spread out. It's a whopping 26
Davis and
back to
Vanderley
Tyson.
just cannot get away from each other.
What did I miss? I saw that Vanderlei getting up off the ground.
No, they got caught up in the corner before the start straight.
Oh, Davis just about went down.
And Vanderlei got the short end of the stick. I think he ran into the back of Davis.
Adding fuel to that fire. I have a feeling we're about to see an explosion. You don't want to put too much gas on a fire right by a bomber.
Meanwhile, we are just over 24 minutes into the moto, so we've got about 6 minutes and 2 laps remaining. Jesse Mullins still leading this thing with Kyle Robbins second. And Hunter Root's actually sitting in third right now. And Tyson,
Root
Luke,
and Fresquez both have dipped into the 40s this race as well. Just a side note on the lap time ball game.
Stocks with a mistake. Vanderlei's going to be all over the back of him. Davis is right there as well. So Vanderlei actually got back around Davis for what seems to be like the 13th time this moto.
Well, these guys are about to lap 10th place Zach Dupuy, or I should say Mullins is as well.
Alright, so for the time being, it looks like Vanderlei is just going to leave things be. Davis is obviously not on the same pace as Vanderlei. But Vanderlei trying to make a move around Stocks here. Oh, and Vanderlei actually gets caught up on Stocks' leg bubble, it looked like. That was kind of an odd crash from him. So Davis going to be able to get back around him. Making sure there's no battles inside the top 5 or so.
And give a call out to Hunter Root. He dropped his lap time down to a 1:39.1, trying to reel in second place Kyle Robb. I would have to say if I'm Jesse Mullins too, part of my motivation in this championship would be to make sure he beats Root by over 50 points so that Root can't use the excuse of, hey, I missed a race. The only reason you won type of deal.
Yeah.
Take any doubt out of the picture. I think that has to be something that Jesse's got on his mind. And if he doesn't, I'm going to put it on his mind, and it should be. Oh, Rob was off the track, comes back on right into a rider and punts him. Although the rider was a lap down, I didn't see what happened ahead of time.
Vanderlei is
still
down.
Still have to make a safe track re-entry though, bud.
Is he going to go for it? Nope. Oh, Kyle's actually not even that far off of the lead.
I wonder if Jesse had a mistake too, because Kyle was off the track. Unless Kyle made a mistake to go off the track, or maybe I just caught it at the end where the line that he was running was way out by the yellow markers. I could be, I don't know. Look at us, we're so educated.
We're going to have to take a look at the lap times. I've been keeping tabs on Davis and Vanderlei just because they've been glued together pretty much all moto long, it feels like. But look in the background of this shot here of Kyle Robb. You see that green machine? That's Hunter Root. So he's slowly but surely coming up behind these guys. And we've got about 2 minutes and 2 laps. So we should get 4 to go, barring any mistakes from these top guys.
Just ran another 139.1 lap time, so that was the second time he matched his hot lap.
We're going on board with him.
Mullins did run a 147, Rob a 143. They both had their mistakes that lap, but yeah, Root's on the move right now. He's 2 seconds behind now and closing. He is sitting in the driver's seat for the overall, but he wants more. He wants points.
I mean, he needs those points because, as you were saying a little bit earlier, he did miss a round. So he's already at a point deficit there. He needs to make up as many points as he can.
Oh, Rob with the mistake.
That's going to allow Hunter to get around. We are going to stay on board with Hunter throughout this lap. It looks like it's a pretty quick lap here. If you guys want to know what it looks like to be one of the fastest guys in MX Simulator in that first-person view, I mean, you're getting a pretty good look at it. As it looks like Hunter Root is on an absolute heater right now.
I'm just going to say, so they're coming around the finish. It's 29:30, so they're going to have 3 laps to go. And Mullins has disappeared. Jesse Mullins has disappeared. Is frozen on the screen. What is going on right now?
A 140.2, and as you are talking about it, Hunter Root now in the lead because Jesse Mullins sitting on the finish line with the reflections on. Let's take a look here. Sorry for going away from the racing action. I'm just making sure that he didn't.
I don't see him in TeamSpeak either.
So that's an internet issue. He has to keep racing though, because if his internet turns back on, he's gonna appear wherever he is on the track for himself. If that makes sense to you guys. Holy
cow, could we have a shakeup in the points now? I just got word in chat there that it says he timed out from TeamSpeak from Dave, our trackside reporter. So,
thank you,
holy
Dave.
Holy crap. I can hear it now. DDoS, someone DDoSed him. But Hunter Root is looking to get in the driver's seat and significantly cut some points as, wow. Is this really happening?
For the time being, it looks like it.
Mullins, as of right now, has dropped to the 7th spot. But
now that's very interesting that it happened there, though, because he did cross the finish line, so they're still going to have 3 laps to go. If it were to happen even an inch before the finish line, it would have been 2 to go. Unless, of course,
looking. It has not said that he's disconnected.
I think... Oh, Hunter Root is down. And Kyle's actually going to retain the lead here.
That's the overall as well for
This
Kyle
is the
Robb.
overall, yep. Of course, Hunter Root winning here at Moto number 1. Kyle Robb finishing second, so... Like, oh, and Kyle's actually going to go down. Brady Stanley was down on the blind side here of this little off-cambered tabletop. So Hunter Root's going to gain the lead once again. Overall shifts back into Root's hands.
See if
All
Robb
right,
can get a clear line and go for the booter.
Oh, he's carrying the speed. Nope, not going to do
Yeah.
it. Zach Dupuis actually had the line that he needed. So he had to cross all the way over on the other side of the track.
Well, one thing about Mullins disconnecting, it's allowed Kellen Brower to move up into the top 10. He's now in the 10th spot.
I really do want to see if he comes back into game.
Unbelievable. Then put him out of the points for the moto. I mean,
All right, as we're still trying to figure out exactly what happened to Mullins, Hunter Root's going to take your white flag here in 450 Moto number 2 at Muddy Creek. But he's got to be careful. He has to have a clean last lap because Kyle Robb is still right there. If he has a fall-off crash, Kyle's going to be able to take the lead from him.
Jesse has rejoined TeamSpeak, which I think is bad news. That means he is not racing right now. So, holy crap. Oh, Rob blows the rut going for the big line there. So that's going to pretty much solidify Hunter Root to take this win. Kyle's got 40 seconds over third place to the Gravedigger Luke Heberlein, but he has pressure from Fresquez still. Fresquez can make it his way through these lappers.
So as it stands right now, positions 1 through 3 are going to go 1-1, 2-2, and 3-3 respectively. And then, of course, Tyson Fresquez, your first rider to not finish where he finished in Moto number 1. Don't want to.
And they're coming around the last turn. We missed his finish in Moto number 1, so
Tyson
we probably
actually
should give
gets
him
a
some
pass.
love.
Oof.
Moto number 2 winner, overall winner, with a 1-1 on the day, Hunter Root. Coming around with a number 2 spot.
Slowly but
And
surely.
Second overall, Kyle Robb on the 23.
Now Tyson made the pass on Luke Heberlein for third.
And over till the fat lady sings, because we thought Mullins had this thing in hand. Oh. Let's watch this battle.
Ooh boy. He's going for it. No. Tyson's going to protect the inside. Heberlein to the... Oh no. Heberlein off the bike, so Tyson's going to clearly get third here. Moto number 2,
And just,
Heberlein.
Just
Heberlein
an update,
fourth.
Jesse said his power went out.
Oh no. That's very
I'm glad
unfortunate.
it's power and not internet though, because I didn't want to hear the DDoS theory start floating around. So
Right. Right. Alright, so Root, Robb, Fresquez, Heberlein, Stocks with a 5th, Devin Davis with a very solid 6th. Vanderlee's all by himself in 7th, as 8th is already finished. Hunter Root able
They
to lap
lapped
up.
8th place.
Yeah, they lapped up to 8th place.
Imagine if Mullins hadn't gotten disconnected with his power going out.
Right.
I mean, shoot, they probably would have lapped at least one more rider, I would think. So,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
But we're
Short
just
lap
waiting
times.
for Vanderlee to finish here. All right, so Vanderlee 7th, Brady Stanley 8th, Zach Dupuy with a 9th, and Kellen Brower to round out the top 10. So SYS going 9-10. Then you got O'Hagan, Parks, Strelo, Roberts, Mahan, Seabolt, Reed Young, William St. Laurent, Tyler Swigard, and Blake O'Brien to round out the top 20 here in Moto number 2 at Muddy Creek. So Hunter Root with your 1-1. Obviously he gets the overall with that score. And then you got Kyle Robb with a 2-2 finishing in 2nd. And then 3rd is going to be Luke Haberline with a 3-4 score. And then after that, it's going to get kind of weird because Jesse Mullins did finish
26th, though, so he didn't get any points.
Right, he finished 4th in Moto 1. But then scored 0 points with a power outage at his house. So no internet issues for him, just a straight up power outage. So unfortunate for him, but that really does benefit everybody in the championship chase.
And us calling it, because it definitely tightens things up for that championship. Holy guacamole.
Absolutely. I believe Kellen Brower just joined the channel.
Yeah, so what happened to Jesse?
He
Power
said his power
outage.
went out.
Oh, man.
With 3 to go and a lead, Mullins' power went out. And
Dang.
before everyone leaves, I definitely do want to make sure that we mention all of the Race Factory Gaming sponsors for the Ride365.com National Series, powered by Versus-PC.com. Of course, Ride365.com. All your needs, bike, gear, get it done. Go get yourself some shirts and hats or something to look dope for summer. Look cool like Kellen Brower does.
No.
And then Versus-PC.com. Quality parts, quality service, get your PC needs, pre-builds, custom builds, computer parts, monitors, keyboards, mouses, a sweet new headset like I got. Yeah, I got a Versus PC headset. Wearing it right now, talking to you on it. It's pretty sweet. Also, Racetech suspension and engines, verbmoto.com, two-wheelers graphics, taggerdesigns.net, not .com, .net, Tagger Designs. Get a helmet or get a helmet painted. Moto Option Clothing, FamMX Design, FamMX.com, SYS TV, Moto Agogo TV will be bringing you the amateur racing Sunday night from Muddy Creek. Come watch the amateurs do battle and watch the stream of Moto Agogo, twitch.tv/Moto Agogo, and of course, Read Meta, readmeta.com, right, Kellen?
Yep.
You know something about that?
Yeah, that's readmeta.com. You're right.
Made by the guys from Verb Moto. It's just bitching. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. I never do. I can't put it into words. It's the one magazine subscription that I actually pay for. We'll just put it that way. I get a lot of them for free, and I actually pay for that one out of my own pocket. And I'm glad to support it because it's that awesome. And it makes some good reading while I'm on my golden toilet. Yes, I stole that from Sween's house. I went in there, and I jacked it. I probably should have grabbed all our prizes while I was at it, huh?
Maybe. Just maybe.
Hey, you got in their top 10? Did you finish in 10th? I know you were up there.
Yeah, I think I ended up 10th, but like I said, I didn't really know what happened with Jesse. So, yeah, 10th, I guess. Cool.
Cool. All right, guys. So that's going to wrap it up here at round number 5 of the Ride365.com Nationals, powered by Versus-PC.com. Next week, where are we going to be racing, guys?
Redbud!
Redbud! Oh, I cannot wait.
It's a brand spanking new track again for the second week in a row. It's not just an update. It's not just an update. We're going brand spanking new for Redbud so that we can boner our brand new Leap. It's going to be awesome.
I cannot wait for it, guys. Stream is going to start at the same time, 5:30 Pacific time. Racing is going to start at 6 p.m. Pacific time. don't want to miss it. If you guys do, obviously, it's going to be on YouTube later. But I cannot wait for next week, guys. I hope to see you guys all there. Any final words, guys?
Bye-bye.
Adios.